What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Big Thing. It is the Thursday episode. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about all these great stories that we have today, and there's a ton of them. Will we get to all of them? I don't know. Maybe. I know the ones that we will get to for sure. Ant-Man Quantumania. It's going to be a big debut for that movie. I think it's a big kind of no-dust story, but they're reporting on it's going to have a massive weekend. And this is the question that I think that we might even lead with. I don't know. The Last of Us. And I know this is a kind of a thing that people do all the time. It's that recency bias. Is The Last of Us the best show on television right now? That is going to be a conversation that I'll have with Roxy Stryer. Brett Sheridan can suck it. He's not here. He's not here. And why? Because he's selfish. He wants to go and take care of his kids. And he should be hanging out with us. But nonetheless, we'll be doing a show with me and the Roxinator. And I got a lot of things to tell you about before we even do anything else. People have been listening to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and I cannot thank you enough. We have been moving up in those ratings and the rankings and all that stuff, and I really, really, really have to give you guys the thanks for that. Even if you watch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, however you listen to your podcast, please download the episodes. Please do that. It helps tremendously. Patreon.com/The Big Thing Show. We've been doing a lot of great things over there, Q&As, trivia things. We got one exclusive SEN, a lot of different things. So go over there and check it out. And please join today. That also helps support the show tremendously. Got the Show Some Class. We got Big Thing. I finally ordered Roxy and Steph their sweatshirts yesterday. So those should be coming soon. Roxy will be very excited to finally get that. She's been asking me for months, but now she's going to get it. So there you go. We got that. We got the Black Knight shirt. And this is the one that I was really excited to order for. It's just to tell the contacts over at TeePublic, hey, can you get me a few of these You Don't Know Shit shirts? I just want to see Rox and Steph rocking these on their Instagrams. And I think that's it for now. We'll figure out the rest later. Thank you, guys. And let's get to it. It's The Big Thing. It's me. It's Roxy. It's what we do. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? That's my song. How you doing? Good. You could have just said shitty, and I would have just said good. Here's Rox. What's up, Rox? How you doing?
I'm upset that Brett's not here because...
Let me fix this.
What? Too loud? It's always something with my mic.
It's better now.
Is it me?
No, you sound good.
It's me. Hi, I'm
God.
the problem. It's
How about
me.
Taylor Swift not getting nominated for an Oscar?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Stupid.
You were thinking for all the categories, right?
What do you mean for all the categories? So every category she should have been nominated for Best Actress?
Picture.
Yeah, she should have been nominated for Best Picture. But how stupid was that for the Oscars not to nominate her?
Is this real?
100%.
Oh, what was she supposed to be nominated for?
For the song that she's been singing on every other awards ceremony.
Is that in a movie?
Yeah, from all the Crawdads or whatever the hell it's called. The Crawdads sing.
It's me, hi.
No, not that song. That's the song that is really popular right now, and I see on TikTok all the time with dogs. I don't know, but she just sings it a lot. But it's a good song apparently. Are
you a Swiftie?
My daughter is a massive Swiftie. I got
Really?
I got her tickets for.
Shit's expensive.
It wasn't cheap.
It sucks when you have kids and you have to buy them things to make them happy instead of doing things that make you happy.
This one made me happy because A, I know how much she loves her, but two, and two.
Yeah. Then you get date night?
No, Sadie's gonna go with her, and it's a mama.
Oh right, you can't just send them.
No, just go and do your thing. It's a mama and daughter thing that I was excited for the two of them to have, and I'll hang out with the little one.
Is it her first concert?
Second, you know who her first was? Take a guess. You'll never guess.
Jonas Brothers?
No, you'll never guess.
Okay.
I'll give you 5
Rafi.
guesses. No.
That was mine. Who is it?
Yeah, I'll give you 3 more guesses.
Backstreet Boys.
Nope.
Lady Gaga.
Nope. Last one.
The Wiggles.
Rod Stewart.
No.
Rod Stewart was her first concert.
Did she catch the soccer ball?
No, she was. I mean, it was the right before the it was 2020.
Does she love Rod Stewart?
No, we had tickets and we just had an extra ticket. And we're like, it was at the Hollywood Bowl, and we're like, let's take Vivi with us. And we took her, and I was like, she'll always remember that her first. She still has this big ass T-shirt from Rod Stewart.
Did she like it?
She loved it, but she fell. I mean, she was. I mean, shit. It was 3 years ago, so she had just turned 8.
You could have taken me, who loves Rod Stewart, or you could have taken her, who.
It makes sense. Hey, Sadie, let's take Roxy with us instead. We'll leave the little one at home. That would have worked.
I feel like that checks out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And same thing this week. You know what you're doing, that you're taking her to.
That's next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you did.
I did. Listen to me. Well, we have.
Didn't you want to know why I was upset that Brett's not here?
Yeah, but you're going to tell me in a second because guess what else is going to happen?
A show?
I'm going to show you right there. Look at that. Right there, you guys are going to be watching the show if you come to it, February 13th. Brett and I are going to be at Flappers Comedy Club, 8 p.m. And if you're not there, then you don't care about us or you live out of town.
Not there, don't care.
That's right. All right, why are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. Everybody else is.
Why? At Brett?
Yeah.
Why? Because he didn't show up yesterday?
No, you
What?
know why. You and I stopped the comments.
Yesterday.
Holy shit.
Hilarious.
They were
Hilarious.
so mad at him.
They were pissed at him. And nobody gets mad at Brett. They were mad
Oh my
at
God, they're never mad at him. I saw not one mean comment about me in the comments, and I was like,
why? Where's
what
all this?
happened?
Where's all the hate? And
then
it all
was,
went to Brett.
Oh my God, he got ripped.
That's hilarious. So people are like, why? Why they go to Brett? He, and he's, I don't, and it's so funny.
He couldn't have meant it.
He didn't mean it, and yet he's like he's putting his feet down because for some reason he wants to scrap.
Oh, he's doubling down?
Yeah, he doubled down on Brett and Katie. Doubled down. So people are like, what the hell are you talking about? So on last Thursday's show, we were talking about The Last of Us, and Brett was talking about video games, and his wording came out. I can understand why that people would get mad for what he said. He said that the acting in The Last of Us games were cheesy.
And I thought he meant video game movie acting is, or video games typically have cheesy acting.
It's what he meant.
But holy shit, the comments were like, "Fucking idiot!"
they went after him for saying that. And I'll tell you, I'm playing the game right now. The acting is not cheesy in that game. It's fantastic.
I don't think anybody thinks the acting's cheesy in that game.
No,
that's why they hired some of the actors from the game.
Should I try to call Brett right now and see if he's available?
Honestly, yes.
All right, I'm gonna.
That's
call
why I
him.
was so excited to have him here today to have him defend himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to.
How do you know he said that on Brett and Kate?
Because he told me he was going to, and then I saw the comments that he's doubling down. Hold on, I'm gonna try to call him.
That's a big bummer for him because just say that's not what I meant. I misspoke.
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna see. Let's.
I know, but as you're calling him, I'm vamping.
Yes,
because I'm good at.
Let's see if I can get him.
Oh.
Let's see if we can get him.
What happened?
You're on the air.
What's going on?
Nothing. We were talking about how you got murdered in the comments last week.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. I meant to say that every video game ever made is cheesy and horrible. I misspoke.
The way
She's doubling down.
The way that you're deciding to take on
everybody,
every person.
It's so unlike him too.
Are you in your villain era?
Yeah, I've decided. You know what? No more Mr. Nice Guy.
You decided. Yeah, you said fuck him.
Screw him. You know what? Yeah, I think it was actually the Last of Us was the worst acting I've ever seen in a video game.
And the TV show too, right?
Start naming the actors that you thought were awful, Brett. Which one was the worst?
Well, there was Gern Blanston, who played one of the Fireflies.
Sure.
Charlotte O'Hara.
Yeah.
And
Charlotte sucked in this.
Yeah. So you think
Denise Fingerville?
Right, Fingerville. So you think basically anyone who's ever acted in a voiceover or any are the worst actors in the world, right?
Oh yeah, because I mean, they're not real actors.
Right, voiceover actors aren't real actors in general, right?
No.
Right.
Because that's why they're voiceover actors, because they can't be seen on screen.
Good. I really like what you're doing with yourself right now. I got to tell you, it's real smart.
Here we go.
so do you want to really clarify, or you're sticking by your guns?
I will clarify.
Okay.
I actually went by. I sent to my son like a side by side thing. I'm like, oh, check out this. Somebody did a side by side of actual moments that were spot on, the same dialogue and everything. And well, first of all, let me say this. I meant sometimes a lot of games can be cheesy. I couldn't even remember how this was, and I went back and I was like, oh yeah, this was really, really good acting.
Right.
So
yeah.
I take it back. But yeah, I mean,
follow-up question for you, Brett, just to also clarify something else. When Kristian just called you and you said what happened, was the assumption that he broke the studio?
I thought a camera went dead. I thought that he couldn't find a cord.
No, this is way more important. This is way more important. Way more important. All right. Well, good. All right. Well, think about something that you're going to say next week that'll piss people off, and we'll see you next week.
Keep getting the hate. I don't want it anymore. I'm trying to dodge it. So if you could just shield me by saying really dumb shit, that would be great for me.
Perfect. I will do that, and I'm going to wear something low cut next week. So I can back my body as well.
Well, Kei Kwan and Brendan Fraser are really popular right now. Come up with something that against them. Maybe for next week. Yeah,
I will.
Maybe you hate the mummy and just wear I hate short round shirts.
Michelle Yeoh too. Yeah. Annihilate her.
Yeah, all three.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll work out good for you. All right.
I think it will.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see you on the cancels culture.
I hope so.
I meant circuit, but you get what I'm saying. You got it. All right. See you on the flip side, homie.
All right. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
It was really incredible how hundreds of people decided to comment that though. I was really scrolling.
People love that game.
I know. But they defend it like it's a relative.
You know what's funny though? I remember that moment very clearly when he said it because in my
remember asking him to clarify.
I remember. I don't know why because in my head I'm going. I haven't played the game, but all I hear is how phenomenal the acting is. And that at the time I hadn't played it, and I started playing the game. Did I tell you what I've been doing? You're
playing, watching.
I'm playing up until the point where I don't want to get spoiled.
Okay.
And then I stop. I haven't played since I watched.
That's doable.
Yeah, I haven't done it. For example, for episode 1, I won't spoil anything for anybody yet. But when there's a certain thing that happens at the very end of episode 1. When that happened, I stopped. And I was like, okay, and I might have, they go into the city a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop. And then, we'll see how far I get into.
Is this like the pizza where you have one slice, but then a second?
Not that bad.
Okay.
What's funny about that? So if people are catching up, I've lost 10 pounds.
Huge.
Yeah.
Not you.
No, yeah, I was huge, but no, I lost 10 pounds. But I took my cheat date for the cheat day for one day when I did what I did with the sushi place. For people who didn't know, I told Roxy I had 2 slices of pizza and then ran to have sushi. But I had Joe's again, but this was planned. I'll tell you, the Joe's Sicilian slice. The only time I've ever really loved a Sicilian slice is VI Pizza in Bayside in Queens. It's my favorite. I love the Sicilian slice. I'm not a big Sicilian slice guy. The Sicilian slice at Joe's. Woo.
Really good.
Oh boy.
I don't eat
I know,
cheese on
I
my
know,
pizza, so
I know
it
you
sucks. But anybody who will make me pizza, I had pizza yesterday and the day before from CPK.
Yeah.
Your old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Because they do it with no cheese for me.
You can do that. It's just not the same.
Joe's won't.
No, they could, but it's just not the same.
No, they won't. Anywhere that's like a pizza shop.
They're going to tell you to go scratch your ass.
Yeah, totally. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Because it's not what they make.
No. So
but they make white pizzas. Why don't they make red pizzas?
Have you ever tried a pizza slice with cheese lately? Ever?
Yeah, I vomit.
You're that strong against cheese.
The other day,
so bizarre.
Steph and I went and got
I hate
salads.
that about you, by the way.
I hate it about me, too. I fucking hate it about me. Steph and I got salads the other day, and mine ended up having cheese on it, and I was puke city in the bathroom.
That bad?
It's awful.
That sucks.
And I choked. This is
that's
TMI,
terrible.
but I choked on my vomit, and they had to bring me out a shot of whiskey to soothe my throat. It was fucked up.
I'll tell you who's jealous of that. It's my cholesterol.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. 'Cause I have an addiction to pizza. I definitely do. I know that I do.
I think a lot of people do.
It's not
easy. It's inexpensive. It's delicious. People love pizza.
But I'm telling you, it's a problem for me. When I drive through a neighborhood with a pizza place that I know, and I feel like someone who's been on on the off the wagon or whatever this is. It's on the wagon is when you're not drinking, right?
You're off the
wagon when you start drinking again, right? So I feel like I was off the wagon when I go and I'm like, okay, I gotta run in. I'm not telling anybody. I feel like I'm going into a dark building and shilling out all my cash that I had made to buy a bag of heroin, and I'm like.
Yeah, I get. Let me ask you a question that you probably won't answer, but I'll ask it anyway.
Sure.
Have you ever taken acid?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I talked about it on the air. Remember when the story Collider Live? I
just didn't know if you talked about it here.
Oh,
it's a family show.
Yeah. What's funny is that my daughter and her friends are starting to watch this show because they're getting older, so I got to be careful.
Yeah, but what? You can't tell them that.
I know.
You're a good person. That's all that matters. But
true.
The last time that I took acid, I tried to have a slice of pizza because in my mind I was like,
can do it.
I could do this. I'm gonna outwill the pizza.
Threw up I
sat there looking at that piece of pizza Like, it was like the biggest task I was ever to tackle. And my friends say that for 3 hours.
Just stood at it.
I just stared.
Makes sense.
I couldn't get a
single
bite
down.
It's
on brand.
Like, just ripped it and then looked, put it down. Ripped it, looked,
I
put it down.
I thank acid for the reason I don't smoke cigarettes.
Really? Yeah, it's powerful.
Well, so the first time I ever smoked a cigarette, I was 16, and my ex-girlfriend bought me a pack of cigarettes. Right?
That bitch.
No shit. And I smoked for a week. And it was this guy at this pizzeria. This guy.
Did you think you were hot?
I think it was like, yeah, cool. Everyone else is doing it. I'm doing it too. And I was like, what, like an idiot. And my dad had always told one thing my dad was always like, no smoking. My mom's a smoker, but my dad was like, no smoking. It was the one thing he was really, really adamant about. So I felt like I was breaking his heart during that 1 week, right? And then there was this guy at the pizza place, this guy, Tony. Perfect. And he looked like Mario, by the way. He looked like Mario from Super Mario Bros.
You gotta be named Tony if you're at the pizza shop.
But he was like, what are you doing? You look like a fucking asshole, right? And then I stopped because I didn't like it. But then I was at this college, Iona College in New Rochelle, my first year. And my buddy...
You own a college?
I went to Iona is the name of the college.
It's called Iona?
Iona, not Iona. Iona College. Iona College. It's in the backyard. It's a bunch of just every once in a while I throw a couple textbooks at some people.
There's a college called Iona College?
Iona, not it's IOANA.
It still sounds like Iona.
If you say it that way, I'm sure it does.
That's how you said it. Okay, I'm with you.
All right. So I was at Iona College and we were tripping balls. And my buddy Jonesy, he goes, hey, you got to try it again. I know you said you don't do it anymore. You got to try it. It's the best on acid. And I took a puff, and I legit felt the toxins in my chest.
Totally.
I felt the poison. And I'm like, doing this again. I never did it ever again.
Oh, my God. Never a single other
Never, ever did it once.
Wow.
Ever again. Because I felt... Like the first time the week, it was like, okay, yeah, it's just I don't love it. It's got to get in the head and all that, the head, tingle and the lightheadedness, whatever. It's not for me, but I can stick with it. I felt the poison in there. I could feel it, like, and I was like, no, I'm never like. So I think
that's pretty good,
which is hilarious. Where I was doing acid, which was the one.
But acid's not like an everyday slowly.
But it'll fuck your head up if you do it enough. But like
you can't be somebody who just does
right.
A ton of acid.
No, because you'll be jumping on the building
once a year if you want to alter your state.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I think so.
Maybe mushrooms now.
I haven't done it maybe in like 8 or 9 years.
That's what
at that point
you age out of it. You should age out of it.
I think that I would love to do it again. But
stick
the
to mushrooms.
circumstances would have to be so right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not better for you, but you know what I mean. It's better.
I get so sick on mushrooms.
Do you? Oh, yeah,
I have
makes
such
sense.
a weak stomach. I'm a weak person, Kristian.
I wouldn't agree with that.
I'm a strong person in my soul, but my body is not.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what was hilarious was watching Steph eat garlic. When was that? Was that a while ago?
Really, a few months ago.
It just popped up on my feed yesterday.
She couldn't.
No, you know, she must throw up all over the place.
Yeah, she was bad.
Can't take her to Italian.
I eat a clove every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Breath's got to be stinking.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Now you get it.
I do.
Now you're like, oh, well, that's
why
where
the dates have been
from.
going. How are the dates going better? No.
No.
You don't talk about it? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Something good's happening.
I don't know. I don't fucking know, Kristian. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Flustered?
Yeah.
The both of you?
No.
No, I'm pointing to Steph.
Yeah, no. Different. She's,
I don't know what this means.
I don't know. I went on a 5th date with somebody.
Oh my!
So that's
for me, serious.
I mean, not serious.
That's serious. 5 dates. That means you want to spend time with this person.
I do. There's some flags. No, not yet.
You kill a rabbit or something?
No.
What do you do?
That would suck. I don't know what I would do.
He was hungry. He was in the woods.
Maybe I should ask.
Maybe he was in the woods. He was hungry. He didn't have any food. There was a rabbit running around. He said, "Listen, he thanked the rabbit after he killed it."
I'm just trying to keep myself from getting hurt in a way that I think might not be healthy.
But in that, it's so much information I need.
Okay. You want it, or you want to do the show?
No, I guess this is the show today.
Okay.
Look, every once in a while, it's like we'll get to this. We'll get to the topic.
So, I went on a 5th date with this guy.
Yeah.
I'm really into him.
Okay.
I
What's
like
the problem?
him. The problem is a couple different things. Number one, my walls are sky fucking high. I like,
right.
as you know, as you were there, I like don't ever want to be heartbroken again, and kind of am like unwilling to be. That like
fists are up.
I feel like it almost killed me. I mean, like I'm not good at this.
Right.
Also, things are different this time. Like I'm 31, and that is something I'm thinking about. So when I'm dating,
you have different priorities.
You're dating to see, is this like you're sizing somebody up, thinking like, could this be my person?
Yeah.
Could this be the father of my children? Those are two
hilarious.
questions you have to ask.
So funny talking to you about your dating life, say 5 years ago on Claire Live or whatever it was, right?
So different.
And now, because you're 1 year older than my wife was when I met her. And she was thinking the exact same things that you're talking about.
You have to, because otherwise you're wasting your time.
Yes.
So I really like this guy, but he's got some communication issues. And
what does he go? Hey, that'd be problems.
How did you know that?
Wouldn't it be crazy if he just picked up the phone and he was like, sorry, I have a communication.
Should we call him right now and see if that's how he picks up?
What if that was his communication problem? He just can't talk. He tries to. He's so bad on the phone. He goes, I had to drive to your house because when I pick up the phone, he goes, Where's Brett?
Oh, where's Brett? I was just thinking that. I feel so bad for you because I'm not your audience here.
I want to call him. I want to call him so badly.
Here's the good thing. At home, oh my God.
I gotta call Brett.
They're laughing with you at home.
Oh my God, I have to call him.
10% of them are with me right now. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, you're calling him.
I'm calling him. I gotta
call him. What are you
going
to say?
I'm gonna tell
You're
him.
You're gonna do it again?
100%. Pick up, please. Please pick up. Oh, he's not picking up.
He's gonna.
I changed my mind.
No, you gotta. I wish you were here. Oh my God. So, Rox,
I'm not enough for him. Is what the purpose. That's the point.
Roxy's telling me a story about her dating life, and she's dating this guy she really likes, and she goes, one of the issues is he has a communication problem. So I said, what does he do? He picks up the phone and goes, he can't talk to her unless he drives to her house, because when he picks up the phone, he goes, he's had this problem. He's been going to meetings for months and he can't figure it out. He's trying so hard, but he screams into the phone in his underwear.
Text-wise, he's all good. It's the phone business.
It's just the phone. He's fine at dinner. At dinner, he's fine, but the second he picks up his cell phone, he starts screaming gibberish.
This is unbelievable. I mean, this is unbelievable.
It's so good. All right. I wish you were here. Oh, all right.
I know.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what you want me to do now.
Tell me about gibberish Magoo.
What would you like to know?
All right, so he's got a communication problem. What's the communication problem for real? No, for real.
He's just not communicative.
Yeah.
And
I didn't say anything. I'm listening.
You're not with me.
I'm with you. I promise you. I'm listening.
Is he with me? He's not.
I am.
Okay. So he's not very communicative. As you know, I'm a pretty quick texter.
Yes.
Like, I'm very responsive. And we're on like a once a week see each other pattern right now, which is kind of as much as my schedule can take.
Right. But you still want to hear from him a little bit more during the week.
Okay, so he'll text me at 6 p.m. and ask me a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll respond pretty quickly.
What will he, I'm trying. What will he ask you?
Anything like, how was your day at work?
Okay, something not, like a question. Not like how many chickens should I use in my food.
Like a question that we're in the middle of a conversation, he'll ask me a question, I'll respond, and then I will not hear from him for 24 hours.
Okay.
And then he'll respond to that thing.
Yeah, he's like Steph.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. And it annoys the fuck out of me with Steph.
Right.
Do I want to do that with my partner? Like,
have you talked to him about it?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it on our 5th date, and he was like,
it's a problem I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, well, it's not you.
Yeah.
It's a thing that he's got. It's like Steph.
Yeah, he was like, this is a bad problem that I have. And he was like, look at my phone. And he like took out his phone to show me. And he was like, everything's silenced.
Yeah, Mike's like that too. Kalinowski sucks like that too.
Yeah, but I don't know if that works for me.
You need to have that.
But I don't know that it doesn't. So, like...
All right, so that's red flag. That red flag is doable.
It's not red, it's yellow,
All right, that's a flag that can be colored.
Everything else is really good, but it's early days. Like, you know me, I'm very slow.
So that's the biggest issue?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't know, like... I dig him, but also I'm really fucking nervous of getting hurt. So I've been I know that I don't know whether I should be seeing other people, not seeing other people, like what the rules are here. So I'm like, Rox, you got to be talking to other people. Like until this is solidified, if it's going to get solidified, you have to.
Right, because you don't want to bring it up because you don't want to be the person.
He kind of brought it up.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay.
But I'm just like not
there yet.
No, not that I'm not there. I don't trust anybody. Like, I don't know this guy. We
Your
don't have
guards
any
are up.
mutual friends. And, like, he could just be a liar, which I don't get the sense of. But as you know, I don't think I have the best judge of character.
Well, listen, this is what you got to do in a situation like this, to be honest with you. If you went for 5 dates and you feel like you're... First of all, you got to introduce them to people. Have you been doing that?
No, because, like, we haven't even slept together. You know, it's been, like, it's once a week. It's like...
I think you need to introduce them to people, though. At least the staff or somebody, though, too. Get a read.
I usually agree with you. I do. But, like, I'm seeing him for 3 hours, 2 hours a week right now. Like, I kind of want to, like, get to know him.
Yeah. You do it. I'm saying when it's time for you to decide you want to make that next move, that's when you need to do the friends.
Agree with you.
Yeah, the friends need to meet, whenever that is. The friends need to meet him so they get a read on him. And then when it's time, if you get a read on him from Dorina or Steph or whoever, and then you want to dive.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The thought of diving...
I know.
Makes me feel fucking...
Yeah, but if you don't... It's such a stupid cliche thing, but if you don't dive, you can't swim.
I know. I know. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I should just float.
Yeah, but you've been doing that.
I know, and it sucks.
And if you were content with floating...
Then I wouldn't be trying...
You wouldn't be going in the pool.
I know. It's just like everything to do with it makes my... Like, I've been on the phone with my siblings, and they're like, holy shit, Rox. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud because... But, like... This is the first person I've liked in years. And that's like,
it's scary. I get it. But you should.
I feel like passing out.
Yeah. Well, listen, you shouldn't pass out. You shouldn't pass out. And if you were taking athletic greens, you wouldn't pass out.
Oh.
So I'll tell you about athletic greens, everybody. You guys know how much I love athletic greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens every day. You guys know it. I've been talking about it forever. And there's a reason why they're on the shelf. I mean, they're on the shelf, for goodness sake. And why did I start taking it? I wanted better gut health. I wanted increased energy, immune system support. I hated taking pills, vitamins, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. And that's what I do. You guys know it. I have that. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw it when I first started taking it. I was like, it's green. It's yummy. Tastes good. You get intimidated at first, but then after you take that sip, you're like, oh, man, they actually made it taste good. And I take AG1 in the morning. I put it in a water bottle, and I shake it up, and I love it. And I do it right before. Now I can do it right before the coffee. It's great. It makes me feel unstoppable. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do it. It's good for sleep quality too, by the way. It really helps with sleep quality. I noticed that right away. And I don't like combining all vitamins, and I've never been really a big vitamin guy, taking all the supplements and bunch of different things. This makes it easy for you. You just take it in one scoop. Done. It's 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods. It's so good. It's so good and it's so great. And you guys know for how long I've been talking about it. And I've gotten so many responses from you guys of people who've been trying AG1 and been loving it. And you get it delivered every month. Very easy to make it a daily habit. So if you are looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. You go to athleticgreens.com/bigthing. That is athleticgreens.com/bigthing. Check it out today. All right. So once again, by the way, if you didn't know already, make sure that if you want to, everybody always asks how you help out the show. Get yourself some Athletic Greens. Any of our sponsors, man. If you get the sponsor that you feel is right for you, and Athletic Greens is fantastic. It'll make you feel good. It gives you that boost of energy. I love it. And you guys know that. I've been talking about Athletic Greens forever. I mean, look. Oh, you can't see it there, but it's on the shelf.
Look what it did for me.
Point to it, Rox. Athletic Greens in the back. Close. Here you go. AG1. It's the best. All right, let's get to some actual.
I feel like I could be one of the
spokesperson?
suitcase girls. Like, and to my.
Oops.
And to, okay, hold on. Like, and the reveal. No, you got to cover it first. Athletic Greens.
Very nice. Wonderful. See? And that's what you do. Get yourself some Athletic Greens. Do it.
Good?
It was wonderful. I thought it was wonderful. I was waiting to do that again. All right. Should we?
I need you guys in the comments to do me a favor. On that specific thing, Team Kristian or Team Roxy? Like, on that one specific thing. Are you like, that was fucking hilarious, Team Kristian? Or are you like, if I was Roxy, I'd never tell him a story again?
At this point, you know it would have been 10 times worse if he was here.
Oh, I'd be gone. I actually am like, should I leave?
It's like my favorite comments that we get, though, or when you're in the middle of like your TV bit and you're in something else and the fans like turn on Brett and I when they're like, you guys
get him, sick him.
You know, they don't happen often. Like there's a few of them that pop in. Like there was like, you know, I'm in the middle of like there was one comment.
Rude.
There was one comment and I saw that said like, hey, I tried to tune into your show, but you guys, Roxy was in the middle of the thing. You guys played a fart noise, and that's not the kind of show I like. I'm like, then you are tuning into the wrong show, guy. I'm like, because that's always going to happen. Because if I can't be in the middle of a conversation and think of the dude on the phone trying to like pour his heart out to you, but he just can't do it because he's had this issue all of his life, and he's just trying so hard. He's been going to, you know, counseling for it and everything too, but he's suspenders on. He's just on the phone screaming into a phone.
The good news is, for you guys at home who are worried about me, just know that I wouldn't be here if that wasn't okay with me.
No, you were on a show.
Yeah.
This is what we did to you
It was a
during
show.
Collider Live also.
I also
oh my
grew
God.
up with a brother
Right.
who would
So you
pin
get
me
it.
out and put spit and then suck it up. So
I get it. And I miss shows like this because we'll cover the topics. And, you know, and
some of them.
We'll get to some of them. I don't think we only have about a half an hour left, but we'll get to something. And we should start.
We've
but
got to something already.
we got to your I'm telling you, do you have a communication problem? Should be the freaking title
How
of
are
the
you
show.
making that noise?
Which one?
Are you saying a word or
No. Who, you're not too far away from it. Who try who's so try yeah who's yeah.
Thank you for teaching me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for teaching me.
You're absolutely
Brett
welcome.
picked it up immediately. I needed a lesson.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
Brett and I, as you said, we're kind of on the same wavelength,
except for the 80s movies.
which that's true. But we're going to be doing that show together on February 13th at Flappers Comedy. I'm excited for that one.
That's good.
It's going to be good.
That's good.
It's going to be good.
Is it another? Maybe I shouldn't ask this question, but is another Jake Lewis one?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's going to be. He got a Monday night show now at 8:00, which is his shows were like at 10:30.
Yeah, I know that killed you.
And I just can't do it. I can't. I just cannot stay up that late anymore. It's like I went to bed at 9:00 last night.
Yeah, and slept through 3 earthquakes.
I slept through 3 earthquakes.
And they were fucking huge. The whole world was rocked.
Children.
Not world.
Children will knock you out,
Yeah,
man.
but I figured your children would be scared shitless run into your room.
They were out too.
It was like legit. My TV almost came off the fucking wall. Things were falling.
No, my mom was my
huge.
mom was like, are you okay? Is everything all right? I'm like, slept right through it. And like the ceiling could have caved in on my head. It would have been fine.
Usually we don't feel it as much because where we are, but this was a West Side earthquake.
Well, it woke my wife up. But by the time, even by you said there was like 3 of them. By the time that
I guess 2 aftershocks, but they were big.
Now I got to call my wife.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my wife and
When you first call her, can you make the noise?
yeah, I will. And she's gonna be, what are you doing? Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna. This is I actually love this show today. I'm sorry if you tuned in for just news today. I get it. You're gonna get what you'll get that, you know, soon. But today's one of those shows.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Aquaman.
Well, no,
That was on.
no, but we'll talk about James Gunn if we get
Okay.
to it. Maybe we'll see. I gotta try my wife and I gotta ask her if because she's how many did you say there were?
3.
3. You want me to start with the gibberish?
Yeah.
She won't pick up. There we go.
Hello?
Hold on.
What?
Kristian, what are you doing?
You're on the air. I was talking. Roxy and I were talking about her dating life, and she said that the guy she was dating has a communication problem. So I said, "What does he do?"
Has a what?
Communication problem. So I said, "What does he do?" And he picks up the phone. And he goes, so stupid.
Wow.
Listen,
That was a joke.
that's not why though.
Oh, so bad. And then he called Brett and did it too. Help, Sadie, help.
Listen. So
He's a dad. It's a dad joke.
I love
It's a
this so
bad
much.
one.
Did you know that that there were 3 earthquakes like last night?
I felt 2 of them.
You did? So because I said you woke me up at the tail end of it. I didn't feel it. I think I felt like the tail end, but I was out. But like Roxy's like, everybody wasn't awake. I was like, no, every one of us, even the dog, slept through it. You woke up towards the end of it, I think.
I grew up in Los Angeles. We wake up for earthquakes because you never know when it's going to be the big one. So you get the hell out of bed and you get somewhere. But I could tell it was tapering off. That's why I didn't get up. I was like, okay, it's tapering down. But I've been through one bad one, and you don't sit in bed and roll over. It's not that kind of thing.
I did.
I don't even know of all the earthquake training, I don't even know what we're supposed to do now. I know it's not stand in the door, and I know you're not supposed to go outside if you're inside, but I don't know where I would even go.
It's very confusing, I know. A lot of information. As far as I understand, you're supposed to get under something. It used to be go in a doorway, but then they changed it.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yes, for sure, Kristian.
No, that's for when you're on fire.
Oh.
Try it.
So
I'll try it.
you find like a big safe, if you had like a big dining room table or a sturdy desk, something you could get under, because the idea is that if things start falling, breaking, windows start crashing, you want to be under something that's protective, shielding you.
Yeah.
So you get under something, you cover your head until it's over, and then, of course, you have an earthquake kit. Like, that's up to date.
We got one of those.
Yeah, I need to go through that, actually. Last night's earthquake it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, I remember we got one for that movie what the hell movie was that? I don't remember. It's some movie that
wasn't it with The Rock
that's right.
or something?
San Andreas.
Yeah, it was San Andreas.
I have like a walkie-talkie, a flashlight, and waters. That's
Close.
That's pretty much
Protein bars. Too.
Who has the other walkie-talkie?
I guess it's not a walkie-talkie. It's a radio, a stereo. I don't know. My dad sent it to me when I first got out here. It was like part of an earthquake kit where it's a stereo, but then you could let somebody know where you are via stereo.
I don't know.
Oh, well, I think reverting back to like the old school methods of communication for like natural disasters is important. That's why I want a landline, but they're eliminating all the old like copper wire landlines, which is terrible, because in a natural disaster, nobody's going to be able to reach anyone.
All right, look, this is all riveting stuff, I got to tell you. But
it's definitely not pop culture.
No, it's not. But I'll leave you with
neither is the noises that Kristian was.
No,
making.
I was going to say I'll leave you with this. My love. Silence.
She said thanks.
Thanks. All right, let's try to get to a couple topics.
What is the first thing she said?
She said, "What? Yeah, and then she said, "Come on, what are you doing?" She's so used to this nonsense. What did she say? Oh,
today, dad joke.
Today she said, I made her laugh this morning though, because she goes, "We've been trying to get this bacon from Ralph's. Ralph's is the supermarket out here that is whatever. If you live in the South, Publix or whatever it is, this is Ralph's is like the major supermarket. So." We go to this Ralph's and we're like, this turkey bacon, which the Boar's Head turkey bacon is what we love.
Oh, really?
Get it all the damn time. It's really good.
You do oven or stovetop?
I cook it. Yeah, and on a stove. Okay. Yeah, and so when so it's been out for the last 3 weeks. So my wife this morning goes, "You know what I'm going to do today?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I'm going to the Ralph's in Brentwood, and I'm going to go get some of that turkey bacon." And I go, "Making moves." And she started laughing at that one. So that one I got her on the gibberish, not so much. All right, let's try to cover some. We don't have much time left. So let's get to some topics. We'll get to
rapid fire it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna start well, I don't know if that's true or not, rapid fire, but I'm going to start with, I'll start with this Quantumania story. There is, to no one's surprise, it is tracking that it's going to do very, very well. And the report is that it's targeting a massive debut, and this is from Dark Horizons.
Who do you think did it?
The G-Man.
Yeah.
The first real major challenge to James Cameron's Avatar: The Way of Water at the box office is Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is just 4 weeks away from release. The major tentpole of 2023 and the first of 3 Marvel Cinematic Universe features coming out this year. The movie is set to dominate the President's Day holiday weekend. Quantumania has also popped up on a preliminary box office tracking. A combination of social and trailer metrics and several days of pre-sales have led to Box Office Pro estimating that the film will pull in anywhere between 96 and 131 million in its domestic weekend debut. They say that if reception to the film is more akin to the more positive MCU release titles of Phase 4 like Spider-Man No Way Home or Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, then the film could overperform current forecasts. As a point of comparison, the first film opened with 57.2 and the second was 75.8, but ultimately generated a little over $500 million each at the box office. In addition, the site believes the film will likely end its theatrical run domestically in the $250-350 million range. Jonathan Majors makes his debut as Kang the Conqueror, and then it stars a whole bunch of other people. Yeah, as Kang, he does.
I guess.
As Kang, he does. As you know, there's a variant of himself in Loki.
It's always so weird to me, and you understand box office so much more than I do, but when you hear shit like it's estimated to make 96 to 131 million its first weekend, and it's like, how'd you come up with that? Like,
I think pre-ticket sales.
Like,
yeah, I think
not like 95 to 130. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How are you guys coming up with these like exact numbers?
I think it's like pre-ticket sales for some reason. I don't know what it is in general, but
or like how much buzz there is on social, and then how that converts.
I think so. But it's is
there one person who's doing that?
No, I think there's a couple of different experts because they're usually on target with it.
Totally.
Yeah. And I think that with their predictions, how they're going to do it. And yeah, it's, I think it's also a matter of how many theaters are picking it up. And I think that the reason why this is tracking better than the first 2 movies, not because obviously it's the third in the film,
right,
and the first 2 were really successful. So anytime if the first 2 are successful and people like them, then the third one traditionally does well. But I think another reason why is because Phase 4, for the most part, has been generally disappointing, right? And a lot of the movies inside of Phase 4 have either just been, like, for me, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was fine. I did not like Thor, Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange too, whatever. Eternals, I really enjoyed, but a lot of people did not. Right. And then there's Spider-Man No Way Home, which was the last kind of really, the one that kind of fit into the rest of the phases. It felt the most, and I think Wakanda Forever felt the most Marvel out of the other ones. Then you know, I felt it was more of a Sam Raimi movie for Doctor Strange. I felt it was more of a Taika movie for the other one. I felt even though how much I loved Eternals, it felt more like a Chloe Zhao.
I feel like this is Ant-Man's getting back to like the Marvel basics.
I think that's what people are hoping for, and that's what it seems like inside of this, inside of the trailers and inside of the launch of Phase 5. So I understand, and it is the first big movie release since Avatar. So I think all of those variables come to play.
With these projections, are you still thinking that Guardians is going to wipe the slate with it, wipe the floor with it?
Yeah, I still think especially if this is successful,
it's accurate. Oh.
because it's February. Now I remember a time when February was, you would put a good movie out and it did fine. You didn't get these kind of massive numbers during the weekend. That was saved for. I remember when 300 came out back in was it 2005 and had this massive March opening. And that was kind of unheard of because it just. Box office just didn't happen during those times. But now if you put the right movie out, you could hit. But I think that summer still is the golden spot. If you put it out, that's when both Marvels and Guardians come out. And Guardians is the first. I think Guardians is going to destroy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So yeah, man, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, man, Ant-Man.
I'm not surprised at all that this movie is tracking well. I think it's going to do. I think it'll wind up doing better. And remember, Avatar did good in its first weekend. good. And people were like saying, I think it made like 150 or
People are calling
something.
it a flop.
People were saying that it because it didn't hit the whatever it was. I think it was off by like 15 million or something from what it was projected. So it was like, oh, it's a failure, and now it's $2 billion later. So this movie, if it's good, will continue for a little bit because it comes out in the mid-February. But then the difference between this and like something like Avatar is that game on in March. I mean, you got everything.
Movies are rolling.
Movies. I mean, you got. I don't know what the whole drama is with Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's completely separate from the game to the movie. But
what's the drama?
There's some kind of drama with the Dungeons and Dragons game that the gamers are pissed off about. And
I haven't heard anything about this.
I don't know enough about it. All I know, I was talking to Sam Levine about it last night, and it's so separate from the game to the movie, and why you want to punish the people in the movie.
Drama like cancel culture drama?
No. I think it's something that I don't want to. I don't want to be naive in the fact, or I don't want to talk out of turn because I don't know enough about it. I just know that there was something that, and I also don't want to take away any if there's legitimate gripes from the gaming community because I don't know enough about it. I just think that it's completely
public.
Yeah. I think it's all over the place. It was trending. It was trending on Twitter or whatever it was. But I don't know if it's going to affect the movie or not. I have no idea. There was like a boycott D&D like hashtag going around.
Okay, Wizards of the Coast sorry after Dungeons and Dragons OGL drama. What is OGL?
I don't know. Listen, we're gonna talk about all this stuff as it comes out, but Ant-Man's got a lot of competition with that. Creed, with John Wick. I mean, there's just so much. All right, before we move on, I'm pumped to be working with Green Chef. I don't know if you guys have noticed. No one said anything, but I've been losing weight. Why? I've been taking care of myself, and one of those ways I've been partnered up with Green Chef. Really excited for that. Green Chef. It is a CCOF certified meal kit company. And Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit everyday lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or you're just looking to eat more balanced meals. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. If you're looking to kickstart a keto diet in the new year, they make it easier than ever to keep a keto diet with a brand new limited time keto kickoff in 2023. They expanded their menu. You can choose from over 30 recipes weekly. You have the options to mix and match. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun too. If you crave more servings of a favorite recipe, you can now double the portions in your weekly order, and you can just do it with one click. They offer a 10-minute lunch. Each week's menu includes 2 convenient, low-prep, and nutritious lunch recipes ready in just 10 minutes. There's no cooking required, and it's perfect for when you're on the go or pressed for time at the office. Eat well at lunchtime. I'll tell you, that's exactly why, one of the main reasons, I have no time these days. It's hard. You guys know that once I went on my own and I started doing my own thing, it's awesome, it's liberating, it's free, but it's time consuming. And to run into the house and make and have lunches, it's tough. Having it ready, knowing what I'm going to have on this menu, knowing exactly what's right for me to be able to keep up with the diet and make sure that I can still stay healthy. Green Chef has been tremendous. And it's sustainable too, by the way. Their recipe features organic produce, premium proteins, and sustainably sourced ingredients. You can raise your food standards in 2023 and reap the flavor benefits. So, one of the main things you really need to do, you've got to use that code. You got to go to greenchef.com/thing60. It's thing60. Go to greenchef.com/thing60. Why is it 60? Because you get 60% off plus free shipping. It's really great. It is the #1 meal kit for eating well. Facts. Thank you to Green Chef. Help yourself. Help the show. Get yourself some Green Chef. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/bigthing and get on your way to being your best self. I'm so excited that BetterHelp is back. You guys know when we were with SEN, we were doing SEN Live, BetterHelp was with us, and we really, really were such major fans and so pumped to know that they are coming back to be with Big Thing. If you're at your best, you can do great things. And sometimes life gets you bogged down and you can feel overwhelmed, like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. I can tell you right now, that this was the case for me. I've talked about this not too long ago. About a year ago, I was in that headspace. I was there, and I remember I'll be honest, BetterHelp, and it helped me tremendously. I've talked about it, and it's just you get into that rut. Working with a therapist, it can help you get closer to the best version of you, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything that life throws at you. It helped me. Be able to talk to somebody, and I've mentioned this in the past. I've been in places when I've decided not to talk to people, and I got myself in trouble from doing it. I didn't talk to anybody. I let things bottle up inside. Don't do it. Because I'm telling you, when you talk to somebody, it helps. It really, really does help. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, it's flexible, it's affordable, and it's entirely online. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and then switch therapist anytime, no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/bigthing today and you get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, HELP.com/bigthing. All right, once again, as I mentioned, you can help the show out tremendously. Get yourself one of the sponsors, man. What sounds good to you? That's the whole thing, is anytime that we're ever pitch sponsors, we want to make sure that it's something that the fans are going to get. And because we want to make sure that it's helping you guys, because you help the show out tremendously. When you go through and you go, oh, you know what? That sounds really interesting. I'd love to try that. That helps us out, but it helps you out, because then you go, well, look at that. I found that from the show and I enjoy it. So, okay, let's move on. Roxy, you're up here. You're going to get a chance to, I think this might be the last one we even cover. So maybe.
Well, then it's got to be The Last of Us.
It's got to be The Last of Us. All right. So maybe we even lead with this today. And is The Last of Us already the best show on television?
I'm not even going to pull my punches. I'm not even going to hold it back. Yes, I think The Last of Us is the best show on TV right now.
Right now.
I do. I think that it is so good. We're only 2 episodes deep, and I'm not a game player in general, but I didn't play this game either. And I just think that this is like, they're being so incredible with their world building. I cannot wait to watch each episode. Like every week,
You're riveted.
You cannot wait till Monday to watch the show.
Yeah, I feel the same.
You have to watch Sunday.
So it depends on what goes into that before I answer definitively yes, right? Because the question is, like, because you could say, well, yeah, the reason why it's the best on television at the moment is because there's nothing really out right now that you can say.
Wait for my TV selections this week. There's some amazing stuff out right now.
Fair. But the other question I would ask if someone's I'm asking myself this question. What goes into that? Is it shows that are actively on television at the moment, or, like airing right now? Or does it mean, well, look, House of the Dragon is coming up on a season 2, and Andor's coming up on a season 2, and Mandalorian's about to be coming out. Like, those shows are currently on air right now. They're just not airing at the moment.
No, those don't count. It's anything that's been on in January.
You're saying anything? Sorry,
2023.
But I mean, if we're going by that merit,
then yes.
Yeah, I mean, because look, Tulsa King that wrapped up. That finished this year. I mean, I'll tell you, 1923 is still on. And I think Last of Us is I love the show. You know what? I just started watching is 1893. Right? Is that it? 1883.
Yeah. One of the years. 1886?
No, it's definitely 3 because it's 40 years before, so it's 1883.
Okay.
I love it.
I only watched the first episode.
Oh, I love it. You not like it?
No, I did. I don't know what happened, but at that point, I didn't know that there was plans for all the stuff.
Very cinematic, but
I hear it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're trying to pin this down, though,
the
broader question is, The Last of Us better than House of the Dragon?
No.
Is The Last of Us better than Andor?
Not yet.
Okay. So for me, my answers are different.
Not yet, because it's only 2 episodes yet.
I think The Last of Us is not better than House of the Dragon yet.
Right.
I think The Last of Us is better than Andor.
And I think a lot of people are going to say that, which I can't.
Which I liked.
But I can't argue against that part of it yet, because
2 episodes.
Yeah, it's 2 episodes, and I will further answer another question. Do I think that Last of Us will wind up being better than Andor? Yes. Do I think it'll be better than House of the Dragon? I don't know.
I also think that by far and away, The Last of Us had the best pilot of those three. I did not like the House of the Dragon pilot.
I loved the House of the Dragon
pilot.
But I would agree with you. I think you're right.
This pilot was excellent.
I think you're right.
And the fact that episode 2 followed up as strongly, so intrigued right now.
Yeah. So if we're playing in that ballpark of let's include those shows, right? To where like shows that are just in a run right now, not currently airing, but in a run.
Severance is better than this. If you're talking about in a run.
Yeah, because you're at an overall. It's just an unfair conversation though if you're going into a run because like you said they have a full like I know the narrative already all the way through on Severance season 1. I know the narrative on House of Dragon. I know it on Andor.
Right.
But if you compare them, if this holds up the way that the first 2 have held up, and all the fans of the game like it will, then I think it's in the conversation to overtake and get in the running of House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I think the show is really, really excellent. It's just such a bummer that the acting in the video game.
Be careful because this is the clip out. This is all you're gonna see.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
Get it.
It's really, really good. It really is. It's a phenomenal.
Really
it's a phenomenal show, and I would say so. If we're going back on the initial question that's asked, probably in the topic of this video, that we eventually got to, was, is it the best show on television airing right now? Yes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yep.
Is it the best show of all of the shows that are currently on the air, even in between seasons? Not yet.
Not
almost.
yet, but I would put it in the top 10 probably.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I would even like what's with freaking The Bear. Bear's another show.
Bear's so
that
good.
was oh my god.
Yeah, it was really good.
Love that show.
I'm
so
glad you binged it after I asked you to 5,000.
You never asked me to watch that show. You didn't. You might think that you did. Clip
it out.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the show's phenomenal. It's fantastic. HBO's a massive hit on their hands, and
Huge.
We know why. All right, we're gonna stick with TV here, man. And Roxy, it's time. You sent me these picks.
Yeah, I did.
You sent them on time. So I like what you're doing there. But let's start with this one. What do you got?
Okay, so I told you guys I'm doing a throwback every single week. So the throwback for this week is a show called You're the Worst, which I think slipped by a lot of people. It was an FX show that was very off, just different. It was very strange. It's a show that is cringe. And cringe is one of my favorite genres. It's got Aya Cash in it, who that name might sound familiar to you guys if you are a fan of The Boys. That's Stormfront.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also got a bunch of other people that you will probably recognize as like mostly TV actors.
Better recognize.
And it's one of those shows that's similar to It's Always Sunny or Seinfeld in the way that like you kind of hate the characters, but you're watching them live their life just so truly and rawly, and it is like fucked up relationships that you're like, this is so toxic, you guys need to leave each other, but you're both the worst, so like kind of makes sense. It was a really, really great FX show that you can now binge on Hulu that slipped under a lot of TV fans' radars, and I went back and binged it maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago and was like, whoa, where's everybody talking about this? So if you're looking for a throwback, this is a good
Hulu
one.
also, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's we just talked about it, but we can continue.
Yeah, The Last of Us. I'm going to put it on the list every week for as long as it's great because it's must-watch TV right now. It's so, so good.
Okay, next one.
I binged all of that 90s
Did
show.
you really?
Yep, I binged
Such
it all.
a stupid model. So stupid that you can binge the whole... No one's going to be talking about this show in a week.
So I wanted to binge this show to talk to you guys about it in particular because I've heard that it sucked. People said that this show was awful. So I was like, let me be the judge of that. I don't think I would have binged the whole thing if I thought that it sucked. I think I probably would have watched 3 episodes. I liked it. It was definitely...
Junk food?
Yeah. If you love that 70s show, there's a lot of great callbacks, moments, cameos that like will bring you through to the end. If I didn't watch that 70s show, I think that I would have no business watching this show.
I like Kurtwood Smith a lot. I mean, I like all the actors, but Kurtwood Smith, I talked to him at Collider
really?
for like, and he's what a sweetheart.
Oh, that's great.
He's a really good guy. So I root for him, but no, the trailers didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I don't. If you're watching a couple shows a week, this should not be one of them that you binge. But if you're like me, where you're binging a ton of TV, this was such easy viewing, and it was cute, and the references and the flashback and stuff. I was like, oh, I loved that 70s show, so it was nice.
It kind of scratched the itch of like what Fuller House did.
I liked Fuller House too.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
But it does the same type of
yeah,
thing.
kind of.
Yeah, makes
it
sense.
wasn't as good as like the Will and Grace or Gilmore Girls reboot.
But you get why they did it.
But I get why
Yeah.
they did it. I don't know that it's really going to bring younger generations on. I think if I was a younger generation, I might be like, huh? And the main gripe I have with the show is that it's not that 90s to me. Like the hairstyles, the outfit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I hate that. Drives me
really
nuts
wish
when they
that
do
it
that,
was
yeah.
like more 90s. Like
They seem too modern.
not in technology, but like
The styles.
because like
That would drive my wife nuts.
I obviously lived through the 90s.
Right.
I'm a 90s girl. I
Right.
love the 90s.
Right.
So looking at some of it, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of flannels. All right, that makes sense. But some
How
of the
many
hair
Nirvana
and
jokes?
makeup, none so far.
Wow.
One Alanis Morissette one,
Oh,
but
okay.
like some of the songs and stuff, I'm just like, wow, I feel like 90s kids aren't the ones who made this, which that might be wrong, but it doesn't feel like people who loved the 90s did this.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite parts about that 70s show is like
They threw a lot of that stuff in
an
there.
ode to the 70s.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's disappointing. All right. What's
It's okay. All right.
What is this? I never heard of this. What is this?
Christian.
You love this?
So here's what happened.
What is this?
I took to Twitter and
Yes.
was like, what is the best show of this year so far?
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I started getting all of these responses from people that I trust. Like Lon responded, or Eric Goldman. People were like, Paul T. Goldman. And I was like, what the fuck is Paul T.
I never
Goldman?
heard of this. What is this?
So I went and watched an episode, and I was like, I actually don't understand what's happening on this show. It's a Peacock show, and then I binged the whole series. It's like the person who directed this, it worked on Borat, worked on Nathan
it's
For
funny?
You. So it is like part reality and part scripted about this guy's life, Paul T. Goldman, whose actual name is Paul something else. He's like this weird guy who changed his name and he pitched this director and said, I want to make a movie or show about finding out my ex-wife is a psychopath. But he ends up kind of being the cray-cray one. So we follow him, and he thinks they're making one movie or one show.
Kind of sounds like Windy City Heat a little bit.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's a hilarious movie.
But the director knows they're making a different show. It is like the most cringeworthy, what's going to happen next. I think that this kind of is must-watch TV.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that good, huh?
I was shocked
You
because
loved
when
it.
people were talking about it, I was like, I haven't even
Even
heard
though-
about this.
and when
a
you
lot of people don't have Peacock.
you recommended it, I was like, what is that? I don't know
Yeah,
what this.
Paul T. Goldman.
All
If
right.
you are a TV person, you have to check this out.
All right. Well, this is the last one.
So another show that was been recommended to me by a ton of people is Ginny and Georgia. Have you heard of this show?
No, I've not.
It's a Netflix show. I just binged the first season. The second season's out. I can't wait to binge it. This is like, for those of you guys who like Outer Banks or those coming of age, teen drama, if you liked when I recommended Boo Bitch, this show is really good high school drama, but also parent drama, single mom and her two kids, but like has more dangerous sides to it, like on the run type things. There was this one scene that went viral from it last year.
Okay.
That was the like worst written scene
Ever?
Oh my
is
God.
that why it went viral?
Yeah, it was really bad. Like it was between an Asian character and a black character, and it was like they as they called it in the scene, race oppression wars, and they were like going back and forth at each other about like who had it worse. The scene was so like stereotypical.
Yeah.
They mentioned like jerk chicken and like it was just when you were watching it you're like, oh my God. So I didn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, but then everybody was like, that was the one scene in the show that was poorly written. I have no idea why they did that. You have to binge it. And so I listened to you guys, and I actually thought the show was fucking excellent.
Really? Okay.
Excellent, like so well written that I can't believe that scene
Even exists.
exists. Somebody had an off day.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put The Bachelor in there this week.
I'm only 30 minutes in,
Oh, okay.
but I will next week.
It's just
Next week, and I also next week probably want to talk about How I Met Your Father, because that came back and I haven't checked it out yet, but I really like this.
I know how you met him. He was on the phone, and you fell in love.
Okay.
That was it. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to Roxy for her picks, obviously, on today's TV picks. As always, by the way, if you're listening to Roxy and you tried out some of the ones that she recommended, please let us know in the comments. That helps tremendously. And as Roxy just mentioned, she listens to you guys. So put in the comments if there's something that she should be checking out. But I want you to get involved in the conversation with the two big topics. Well, the only topics we really talked about today.
My love life?
Well, the three big topics. But I would say out of the two that we talked about in pop culture world, part one is, how much do you think that Ant-Man will do? And why do you think that Ant-Man is going to do as well as it is? Do you agree with what Roxy and I were talking about? Do you think it was the fact that people want to see a different side of Marvel again? What is it? Go ahead and put that in the comments. And then as far as The Last of Us goes, is it the best show on television right now? And you can put inside of that comment, do you think that it is the best show that is going at all? In between, whether it's, you can include House of the Dragon or Severance, or what's the other one on HBO that I still haven't watched that everyone talks about on HBO? Shoot, the one with, oh my God, Succession. Oh, there's the other one. I still haven't watched it yet. But include all of them. And we want to know your thoughts. And then tell us how funny you thought that Brett and I were today when we were on the phone talking about Roxy's guy with the communication problem. Yeah. All right. So go get yourself a cheese sandwich, and we will talk to you guys very soon. Make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to that channel. Come see Brett and I on February 13th at Flappers Comedy Club. We'll be there. It's the Jake Lewis Show. You can buy tickets online right now. Let us know that you're going to be there. We'd love to see you. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Patreon.com/TheBigThingShow. Make sure you do that and get yourself a shirt, whether you don't know shit, the Black Knight, and obviously get yourself the Big Thing or show some class, Sith Council.
The Top Gun guy?
All of that. That and more for today's show. And once again, listen, now I know this was one of those shows. It was more, I think it was more so like an SEN episode of the old, where we just kind of talked about other things. But every once in a while, I think it's fun to do a show like that. So if you were tuning in today going, oh, I thought they were going to talk about a bunch of pop culture stuff and we didn't, what can I tell you? Tomorrow, or yesterday, we did Sith Council. Tomorrow we'll be on with Capes and Cowls. We'll be talking all things comic book movies with myself, Coy, and Winston. And then Monday we'll be back. Katie Sackhoff's going to be on the show soon, so be prepared for that. That's going to be a fun one. All right, everybody, for me and Roxy Stryer, that's the show. We'll see you soon. Peace.